Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of RPGs with Paddy. I'm Paddy. So now it's time for the final entry in our quest to learn Runequest. I can't believe we've come so far, and we've just got a little bit more information to dig into, and you'll be up and running your game in no time. Today's video mostly focuses on characters, but as I mentioned in the previous video, we will not learn the process for character creation during this course. It's quite complex and there's a fair bit of math and calculation. For the starter set, we'll just use the pre-generated character folios that come included in the box. With that said, let's head over to the website. So the starter set comes with 14 pre-generated character folios. Which ones should you choose for your game? Well, that's really up to you and your players. Remember, giving players too much choice can also slow them down. If you just lay out the folios in front of them and say, choose your favorite one, they might spend, a lot of time, maybe hours, reading through all of the information and maybe not understanding the folios entirely. Especially for your first game, it might just be easier to give them broad stroke outlines. And this website breaks down some of the characters into very easy to understand types. So let's have a quick look. If you're wondering which of the 14 are the best choices, you might go with Vasana, heavy, it says cavalry, but I presume it means cavalry, cavalry warrior, Harmast, noble warrior, Yanioth, earth priestess, Vostor, heavy infantry warrior, Sorala, scholar adventurer, like Indiana Jones, and Natham, a hunter with a cool Shadowcat companion. So what I would recommend is not even sending the names to your players, but just sending them out. We have a few pre-generated characters who would like to be a heavy cavalry warrior, a noble warrior, earth priestess, heavy infantry warrior, scholar adventurer, or a hunter with a cool Shadowcat. Just giving them those broad strokes is good. And I would recommend doing this a few days in advance of the game, and then send them the folio PDF and ask them just to have a quick flick through the background so that they can get a better feel for the character. The website also points out that some characters may be a little bit difficult to run your first game. So, for example, Vishy Dunn interacts with the spirit world and his intelligent sidekick, and then these two, Dazarim and Ionara, are from a totally different area, and they would not feel connected to the location, to Johnstown, and so that might be a little bit difficult to role play, or it might be a little bit difficult for you and the players to manage. And finally, Markardios is a pacifist, and he has sworn not to harm living beings. All of these sound like fascinating characters, and I would love to explore role-playing with them. But it might just add unnecessary complication in your first game, or it could be difficult for first-time players to role-play that. And really, that's all. There's a great bullet point list here, and it's worth it to take the time and review how much you've learned during this course. So you've read the rules on an adventure. You've read through the adventure, some parts of it more than once. You've given some thought to the encounters, enough to bring them to life, but not too much, because that tends to presuppose too much. You set up the time and place, and your players are ready to go. You have a sense of what they expect or will enjoy. You're familiar with the general rules. It sometimes feels like you're not familiar enough, but trust me, that's natural. 100% I agree with that. You and your players will do fine, and you'll gain confidence as you go. You're familiar with the adventurers and their abilities. You've gathered up all the stuff you need. And most of all, you're confident, right? You know that you don't have to be the ultimate expert on the game's rules or setting. You're ready to be creative, to work your way through any pitfalls that arise in play, and to be spontaneous. You have what you need, and you have what it takes. That's it. That's all the secret ingredients. You are ready. Go run your game. So, definitely enjoy your game. Don't worry too much about getting it 100% right. Focus on fun entertainment and maintaining a relatively smooth process. Combat is likely to slow down the first time, so don't worry about that either. It will get easier and smoother, and you'll be amazed at how fun it is when it's running well. Seriously though, whether you're finishing this game at the end of January 2023 or any time in the future, congratulations for getting through it. You've picked up the rules for a fascinating system, and you're well on your way to being a great game master. Just keep playing. If you want to keep going with Runequest, you have a few options. You still have 2 more scenarios, A Fire in the Darkness and the Rainbow Mounds, here in the starter set. The GM screen pack has not only a GM screen, but also 3 more adventures. The Pegasus Plateau has 7 adventures, and the Smoking Ruin and Other Stories has 3 adventures for you. As for the full rules, your next purchase would probably be the core rulebook, Runequest Role-Playing in Glorantha. After that, you might want to check out the Bestiary and possibly the Red Book of Magic. The community also creates great content. One of note is definitely 6 Seasons in Sartar. Bud from Bud's RPG Reviews has a great review on that, and I will link it in the description. As for me, I plan on doing a more detailed run-through of combat, including magic, and after that I will probably look at character creation. I've flicked through it a bit so far, but yeah, I'll need a little bit more work. I also want to check out some more of these adventures. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notifications when these videos come out. If there's something in particular you want me to focus on first, let me know in the comments. And that's going to do it. Enjoy running the scenario A Rough Landing, and let me know how it goes for you. And I will see you next time. Bye!